After a very long 2 months of waiting, the Premier League finally returns tomorrow night with Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. And I think it's safe to say we're all absolutely delighted. You know the story, this video, Game Week 1 predictions. It's going to be a weekly series, so if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, like the video, and in the comments give me your predictions for every single one of the matches for Game Week 1. And without further ado, let's get into the first match. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, a game I'm really looking forward to. I'm actually doing a watch along of it, so there's another reason to subscribe with notifications turned on. Arsenal will want to start this season better than they started last season. They lost to Brentford, City and Chelsea in scoring no goals and going into the first international break bottom of the Premier League. They've made some really good signings, Fabio Vieira, but especially Gabriel Jesus, who has been absolutely brilliant in pre-season. He scored 3 goals versus Sevilla, so you'd think his name is pronounced Jesus because the man is working miracles. From a Crystal Palace perspective, they've obviously lost Conor Gallagher, who looks like he'll remain at Chelsea, but I don't think he's going to be as big of a loss as people think he is. I think Decore is a very good signing, and the front three of Zaha, Lise and Eze is going to absolutely blow up this season. Crystal Palace have 3 fast technical players. That's exactly what you don't want to be facing if you are a defender. So going into this game, what do I expect from both teams? I think Crystal Palace will start off good. There'll be hype around the new season. Obviously the atmosphere will be good. Crystal Palace will score in the first half thanks to Wilfried Zaha. He'll go into half time 1-0. Arsenal will come on a way better side. Gabriel Jesus will bag the equaliser, and Martin Odegaard will score a free kick to give Arsenal a 2-1 win. Fulham versus Liverpool, and I actually think Fulham will get the 3 points. Said no one ever. Liverpool are going to demolish Fulham, let's be honest. They've made some good signings, I'll give that them. Bernd Leno, who they just announced, very good signing. How Arsenal sold him for just 4 million, I will not understand. I did say Fulham will stay up in my Premier League predictions video, and I will stand by that. I just don't think they stand a chance versus Liverpool, let's be honest. Marco Silva is a former Everton coach. The reason he was sacked at Everton was because he lost 4-2 to Jurgen Klopp's men, and they're looking good for this season. I fancy them for the Premier League title. No bias at all. It'll be a straightforward win for Liverpool at Craven Cottage. A 3-0 win with Darwin Núñez bagging once and Mo Salah bagging twice. Leeds versus Wolves. One team has made a lot of signings. Leeds have sold the 2 best players in Calvin Phillips and Rafinha, but they've made a lot of very good signings. While on the other hand, Wolves have made the singular signing in Nathan Collins, who is a very good signing as well. I really like Lucas Inoresta. Definitely butchered that pronunciation, but when I watched him in the Conference League last year with Feyenoord, he was absolutely brilliant, and I think he's going to take the Premier League by storm. Although I'm hyping up all these new players, all these new signings sound so exciting, I think it's going to be a very boring game. It's going to be a 0-0 draw. Wolves drew a lot last season. They didn't score a lot last season, so the best solution is a 0-0 draw. Watch this game be some crazy score like 4-3. Spurs versus Southampton. I'm looking forward to this game for one reason only. It's the question of, are Spurs going to live up to all the hype they're getting? Some people saying they'll be in the title race, some people even going as far as saying they'll win the league. But I ultimately think that Spurs will be fine. It'd be a very Spursy thing to go out and lose the first game of the season, especially at home to Southampton, but they're going to get a comfortable 2-0 win. It'll be 0-0 till the 70th minute with new Southampton goalkeeper Gavin Bazunu impressing a lot, but Spurs will win a penalty. Harry Kane will bag it to make 1-0, and then in the 89th minute Kulusevski will make it 2-0. And also because I don't like the pigeon man, I'm going to predict him to miss an absolute sitter when he's subbed on. Everton versus Chelsea. It's the Frank Lampard derby. Quite literally, Frank Lampard used to manage derby. That joke was terrible. We'll swiftly move on. Chelsea aren't looking great for the upcoming season. They don't have a main source of goals, but neither do Everton. They've lost Richarlison for 60 million. They can't buy anyone because of financial fair play, and Calvert-Lewin has picked up an injury. The only reason Everton are still in the Premier League is because of their home form last season. They were fantastic when playing in Goodison Park, so they're going to have to hope that continues, but I don't think that luck will continue for this game anyway. Chelsea will win this game comfortably with Kovacic scoring an absolute stunner from 30 yards, and Raheem Sterling will bag his first Premier League goal for Chelsea. Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest. Something that may have surprised a few people is that Nottingham Forest have actually been more active in the transfer window than the richest club in the world, Newcastle. Forest have made a lot of very good signings. I don't rate Dean Henderson as much as he rates himself. He seems to think he's the second coming of Christ, but he is a good goalkeeper. Unfortunately for the man that seems to think he's the English Manuel Neuer, he's going to be on the losing side going into the game week 1 of the Premier League season. Callum Wilson will get 1, and the main man himself, Bruno Guimaraes, will also get on the score sheet. Bournemouth versus Aston Villa, and I can almost guarantee there is not a single Bournemouth fan watching this video, so I can be cruel because I think it's going to be a very rough season if you are a Bournemouth fan. They were decent in the Championship last season, lucky to get playoffs. They've made 3 decent signings, none that are going to set the world on fire, and I think it's just going to be a rough season. And it's going to start absolutely terrible because Steven Gerrard and Aston Villa have to prove a point after a poor year last year, and they're going to absolutely annihilate Bournemouth on the opening day with a 4-0 win. Coutinho will bag the opener for Aston Villa, then Ollie Watkins will score a penalty and a goal from open play to get himself a brace, and then Leon Bailey will finish it off with the 4th. Leon Bailey is going to be brilliant for Aston Villa this season. He'll become a key man for Steven Gerrard. He's looked fantastic in pre-season. If he can stay fit, he's going to work absolute magic. Now moving on to Sunday's set of fixtures, Leicester versus Brentford. Leicester have signed no one, and their squad isn't looking particularly great. They've lost their main goalkeeper for the last 11 years, Kasper Schmeichel. A really sad day for the Premier League. And Brentford have lost their best player from last season, Christian Eriksen. Ivan Toney will bag the first goal of the match, but Leicester will quickly come back with a James Maddison free kick, and then Jamie Vardy will score a penalty to give Leicester the 2-1 win. Man United versus Brighton. The Seagulls will be hoping for a similar result the last time the two teams played, Erik ten Hag will be wanting to make a good impression on his first Premier League game. There's a lot of pressure on Erik ten Hag for his upcoming season, as his first season as Manchester United manager, to do the right of what previous managers have done wrong. And it would not be a bad start in his first game as a Premier League manager to pick up all 3 points versus Brighton. I think he'll get it done with a comfortable 3-1 win. Jadon Sancho, Cristiano Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes will all be on the score sheet, and Trossard will get the goal for Brighton. West Ham versus Man City, and I've been very basic with all my predictions, so you can't follow the crowd every single time, and I'm going to go controversial for the first time in this video. I'm going to say West Ham are going to win it. West Ham have made some decent signings. I think Scamacca is a very good striker. He's going to bag in this game, but you might be thinking, Man City are the best team in the Premier League. How are they going to lose their first game of the season? It's just how City do it. They always seem to start the Premier League off poorly because they rarely play a lot of pre-season matches. They didn't look great versus Liverpool last week. I don't think there's going to be much improvement, and West Ham are going to take advantage of that. This game's also being played at the London Stadium, so there will be a big atmosphere. The opener will be scored by Jarrett Bowen, followed by a quick equaliser by Jack Grealish. But then with 3 minutes left to go in the game, Scamacca will score his first goal for West Ham and ultimately the winner and pick them up all 3 points. Thank you all for watching my Game Week 1 Premier League predictions. Let me know what you thought of them in the comments. I've probably got every single one of them wrong. I'm going to be keeping track of my score for the total season. This is how the scoring system is going to work. If I say Liverpool will win 2-1 but they end up winning 1-0, I'm going to get 1 point because I got the result right. But if I get the score right, I'm going to get 3 points. Hopefully that makes sense. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and make sure to subscribe to my OnlyFans, and I will see you in the next one.